Well, the Trump administration taking aim at a surge of gang violence in New York's Suffolk County.
We will prosecute gang members who commit crimes to the fullest extent of the law, and after they've been convicted, if they're not here lawfully, they're going to be deported. So I have a message for the gangs that target our young people. We are targeting you. We're coming after you.
Are they being forced to pick up the pieces that were left by former President Obama's weak immigration policies? Well, joining us now, the Sheriff of Suffolk County, Vincent DeMarco. Good to have you here, Sheriff.
My pleasure to be here.
I mean, you've seen this firsthand, and this has been going on for quite some time. A lot of people haven't heard about MS-13 since just recently.
Yes, MS-13 has a large presence in Suffolk County and our neighboring county of Nassau as well. And they're a very young gang and a very brutal gang. And they savagely beat and murder young kids.
And like I said, this has been going on for some time. Do you think part of it has to do with former President Obama somewhat ignoring how dangerous this actually was?
Yes, a lot of this comes out of the Obama administration's unaccompanied minor program, and which was put in place with probably good intentions to assist Central American kids who were trying to escape tough conditions and violent conditions in Central American countries. But now our generosity is being exploited by MS-13 in El Salvador, and they're taking advantage of the loopholes in this law. And when these kids come here and are placed with sponsors in communities like Brentwood and Suffolk County, Freeport and Nassau County, they are required to go into certain immigration proceedings and keep checking in, and they don't. They're lost. We lose track of them, and there are no consequences for them not doing it. And some are gang members when they come here, and some are recruited when they come here.
Is President Trump taking this more seriously? Have you seen any sort of change?
Yes, very seriously, and it's a big change in that President Obama didn't see this as a national problem. This is a national problem.
Why didn't he, you think?
I don't know. I just don't think he was interested in the details of this program. I think he saw that this was going to be a good humanitarian program, but there are always unintended consequences when you don't look at the details and you don't discuss it with local law enforcement. When they've placed over 4,000 unaccompanied children from Central America in Suffolk County, in Brentwood in particular, in the last from 2014 to 2016, never contacted local law enforcement, never contacted the school districts. There's been no consequences for the sponsors of these kids and the kids themselves not checking in and keeping up with their immigration proceedings. And if they follow the program, they can get legal status. But they don't, and there's no consequences. And what kids need more than anything is structure and discipline. We're not teaching them structure and discipline.
No, absolutely. So take a listen to this, and you know this already, but MS-13, the gang members, they are connected with more than 30 murders in Long Island since 2010. They're believed to be responsible for 15 homicides just in the last 16 months alone in your county of Suffolk. I mean, this is serious. I mean, do people live in fear in your streets?
Listen, people are finally talking about it. You know, it's been about 7 years of this, and it comes in waves, and right now we're in a wave of 11 bodies have turned up of young kids, and these crimes and these crimes are committed by young kids who are so desensitized to violence that they're hacking bodies up, knocking the brains out of kids with baseball bats. It's savage.
Why? What do they want out of that?
That's the MS-13 way. They rule by fear and intimidation. The community is intimidated by them not to talk to the police about what they're seeing in the community, and that's how they extort money from business owners, how they protect territory for drug dealers. And what we're also seeing now, too, we've interviewed a lot of these unaccompanied minors that come in our custody. We're constantly debriefing them. And what we're finding out is that MS-13 actually has a connection to some of the Mexican drug cartels who help smuggle these unaccompanied minors through the corridors that are controlled by the cartels. And
this is something that President Trump has said from the beginning he wants to crack down on. What advice do you have for him and for his administration to help you?
Well, you know, when Attorney General Sessions came to see us, the thing that I asked for is border security, which I know President Trump and Secretary Kelly are very big on. I don't know if the answer is a wall or more technology, but we have to secure the border because people are exploiting that border. MS-13 has found the loophole. They're sending violent kids to us who are already gang members. 90% of the heroin that comes into this country comes across that southern border, and we have a heroin problem in this country as well. And if they're able to secure the border, this could be Trump. You know, I think people will look back at President Trump that this would be a turning point on the war on crime.
Well, we need it. Just horrible, horrible what's going on there. Sheriff, good to have you here. Thanks for breaking that down. Appreciate that.